You know what it is! It's Taco Tuesday!
Yo, what's going on, everyone? In an NFT bear market, when we're looking at these upcoming collections and upcoming NFT projects, I think the idea of quality over quantity is as important as ever. There's going to be a lot fewer projects that are going to mint out and then actually perform well on the secondary market, both in the short term, but also longer term, meaning these projects will actually have a life or have legs beyond a few weeks or even a few months after mint. So when we find a project that has all the signs of being a clear home run, it's as important as ever that we act fast and we act with high conviction, because those are going to be the projects that actually survive and go parabolic if we get in a more bullish market. Today, I'm going to be covering a project that has all the signs of being a clear home run. It doesn't mint until the end of June, so it's still very early. And I want to talk about in today's video everything you need to know about the project, how you guys can get whitelisted, what makes it special, but more importantly, how this mint is definitely going to have a rippling effect across the greater NFT market. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, hammer the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then drop a comment on what projects you guys want me to cover or talk about next. The project we're going to be looking at today that I'm incredibly bullish on is Duppies. So the Twitter, the Discord, and the website all were revealed and I guess opened late last week. There was rumors of this collection coming for a few weeks, I believe, but now we finally have some info about Duppies. And so if we're looking at their Twitter followers, they have about 26,000 right now. In terms of just the standard and the space overall, this is still very, very early. I'm surprised there's not as many people talking about Duppies right now, but I think it's just because it just got announced. This is going to pick up a ton more traction from where it's at right now. So just keep that in mind. So if we head over to their website, you guys can see that it's going to be a new NFT project from the team that brought you DeGods. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with DeGods, they are going to be one of the blue chip Solana NFTs that has actually, really been holding steady and increasing with all the hype and momentum that shifted to Solana. And so I'm going to talk about DeGods and why they're a special project in just a minute. First, I want to cover just the key information about Duppies that we know so far. It's going to have a collection supply of 13,333. When you're looking at a second collection from a lot of these successful NFT projects, the key is that you want it to be a bigger supply. This is going to expand the amount of holders, the amount of people overall who are brought into this ecosystem and are actually going to care about this greater brand. We've seen it happen with Mutant Ape Yacht Club. We've seen it happen with Beans with Azuki. And so having that second collection being bigger and hopefully bringing in a lot more unique holders and unique ownership is always going to be a bullish sign in general. Dead God holders are going to have one mint each. So for every Dead God, you'll be guaranteed one Duppy whitelist. And then the mint is going to be entirely in dust. It's going to cost 375 dust, which is going to basically create a mix of whitelist and public mint. There are going to be opportunities for you guys to earn dust and not just have to buy it all out front. They are going to have staking with a twist. This right here looks very similar to Moonbird's idea of nesting. So it's basically going to be staking without tokens, and you're going to have a unique leveling up system. And so they do have a open Discord that you guys can get in on. They have their Twitter link. So if we scroll down here to the FAQ section, I'm just going to highlight a few things real quick because you guys can read this stuff for yourself. But basically the art, we're not going to get any sneak peeks until about 2 weeks before mint. This is going to cut out any opportunity for there to be, derivatives or copycats before they've even, launched the initial collection. And then Taylor, the CEO of DeGods, is going to give you this thread here that I read and was just really impressed with. They recognize that their North Star, or the reason they're doing this, is to provide more value to their holders than anyone else. A lot of people are in the NFT space to make money. If you're able to continue to provide value to your holders, they're going to hold on to the project. We've seen that with, Bored Ape Yacht Club, for example. They continue to give their holders thousands and thousands of dollars, and that is reflected in the floor price. Right here, you can see a graphic that shows, DeGods is everything that they're doing now, but their vision, they want DeGods to be a small part of, the greater brand that they're building. Once again, this is kind of what they want to avoid and what a lot of projects have done wrong. And this is that whole idea of when a lot of these projects drop a second collection, all it does is just dilute the value of the original original collection, and usually it doesn't expand the holder base. Look at some of the projects on ETH or Solana in general that have done, airdrops or any kind of second or third collection. For the most part, there's a snapshot, people buy in, the floor price rockets up. Then, after the snapshot, the floor price tanks hard. People have this new airdrop. Some of them do okay on the secondary, some of them don't at all. And then eventually that second collection just kind of fades or is pretty stable around, levels that you wouldn't really say are successful when you compare it to the Gen 1 collection. Really, what this graphic shows here is that they want to reach almost every demographic that they can. They want to be extremely inclusive. They want to cover, your flippers and traders, the people that are there to make money, people who want, more of a clean or a cute brand, as DeGod is a bit, more, harsh. It's kind of a raw style to it. ETH NFTers, people who want DeGods who don't currently have it or can't get in at the current, 300 soul floor entry. And then all of that is going to be encapsulated by the DeGods universe. So once again, it's really driving the fact that they want to build out a brand. So I'm looking at the DeGods, kind of their medium paper, their FAQ, because it's important to understand why DeGods is unique and why it's had the success that it's had, because a lot of that's going to carry over to Duppies and future collections. So we talked about Dust being the native token. It's going to be similar to ApeCoin in this regard, in terms of you're actually going to have to use Dust to mint all the upcoming collections from their ecosystem, starting with Duppies and as the more roll out down the line. So you already have utility there. The other thing that I love that I saw in Frank's Twitter handle, and I see people tweeting about it and talking about it quite a bit, is this 33.3% tax, which is going to be the PHBT, as you guys can read there. And essentially, if you guys buy a DeGod and you sell it, under the current floor price or under your buy-in price, you're going to be taxed 33.3%. I think it's very aggressive, but I love it. And so what DeGods has done here is that they've really rewarded people who are in this project for the long run, that actually believe in the brand. Looking at CoinMarketCap, we see Dust is sitting at $3 right now, and then at 375 Dust to actually mint a Duppies is going to be at current prices 22 or 23 SOL. It could potentially be a liquidity suck that is going to affect the floor prices of a lot of the other smaller Solana projects out there. You will see a lot of Solana projects retrace around the time of this mint, both in preparation for it and after. This is going to be a massive mint. Definitely is going to affect the greater Solana market. Something to keep an eye on. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. I'm very bullish on Duppies for all the reasons that I talked about in this video. I'm really looking forward to the art. I'm hoping that it's going to be fire and very different from what we've seen in the DeGods art. Hopefully, and kind of based on the logo, it could be more of a cuter, cleaner style, as they are trying to really make this into a big brand. So keep an eye on that as we get closer to the mint date. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hammer the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I'm out.